Yo, yo, just trying to see who gonna come in here. How many people we get in? What's going on, Dre? 408. Go blue, yes sir. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? We got them mad, y'all. I just posted a video how we got them mad. These OSU fans, they mad at us. Been doing good, bro. Just working, enjoying this time, enjoying this time right now. It's a good time to be a Michigan fan. Oh yeah, they big mad. They big mad, and they mad because they not used to it. They've been talking trash to us for years, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. So the problem is they're not used to us beating them. Yeah, it's a rebuild year now. Now it's a rebuild year when they lose to us. But before the game, they were saying they were going to hang 100 on us. Zach C says, Michigan fan here, born in Dearborn, living in Alabama, SEC country, repping the blue here everywhere I go. It's rough, surrounded by Bama fans. Yeah, that would be rough having to hear them talk trash because they got the hardware to back it up. Yeah, they big bad about it. Everything that's been going down. Them OSU fans, they can't help it. They just not used to it. They used to just being able to it being a one-way street where they get to talk trash and we looking sick. Can't talk, can't say nothing. What's it? Aria Ferber says, I know it's early, but thoughts on the QB race next year? The QB race next year, I mean, just being honest, I gotta hope that JJ puts in the work and comes back better next year and wins it because JJ is going to raise the ceiling for the team with the NFL type throws that he can make and also his legs. So it gives the defense that much to worry about, that much more to worry about. So, I mean, Cade ain't just going to give him the job. Cade ain't just going to give him the job. He's going to have to earn it, especially after Cade's year this year, taking us to the playoff. JJ really going to have to earn that. But I have no doubt that he's ready to put in the work. Jay Marion, they reload, not rebuild, is what I heard all my life. Yeah, they reload. They don't rebuild. Ain't that what they always tell us? Ain't that what they always say? Oh, Ohio State just reloads. Well, reload. Y'all reloaded this year and we took y'all down. Now it's a problem. What's up? What's up, Jamar? JJ may have to if the three new OL don't work out. Yeah, I mean, then that's the thing. JJ gives you that much more of an option with his legs. So, I mean, I love Cade's leadership, but the ceiling it just gets higher with JJ. It is what it is. We all know this, even though we love Cade, but we just have to be 100 about it. You know, with 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 uh with JJ in, it just opens the offense up even more. Even when he comes in now, it opens the offense up for big plays. Zach C says, Johnny, what do you think about Georgia fans adopting Ohio State's tradition with crossing out all the M's on campus? Very weird to me. That is weird. Why are you taking our rivalry? That's a Michigan Ohio State thing, rivalry thing for Michigan fans to say the team down south, and for Ohio State fans to say the team up north, and to X out M's wherever they are. It is weird trying to adopt that. This don't seem like the year you want to adopt stuff that Ohio State does, but okay, adopt it. We gonna take it personal on y'all, just like y'all Ohio State. We're gonna take it personal, just like that. So you might want to be wary of whose traditions and things you're taking on going against Michigan. You want to be Ohio State. All right, we're gonna treat y'all like y'all Ohio State then. We're gonna treat y'all like that with all of our focus. Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna take it personal since y'all want to be y'all want to be Ohio State. Okay. Yeah, that's you want to do that. That's okay. Ariel Ferber says Aiden said after the Big Ten championship, he don't understand the QB rotation and JJ coming in. But if it works, he's all in. What don't you understand, bro? I think a lot. I think some of the dudes just got a love for Cade. You know what I'm saying? And it works. So it's hard to knock it. You know, they say if you got two QBs, you don't have any QBs, but it works. Now, it bit us in the butt in Michigan State, but honestly, who knows how our season would have played out if we didn't lose to Michigan State. That Michigan State loss brought all the focus back to the team and made it where we can't make no mistakes. Aiden even said that. We can't make no mistakes. So we done lost to Michigan State. Everything is on the line now. We have to win. We have to win every game. We can't take nothing lightly. I mean, I hate that it had to happen, but it did, and it worked out for the best. Exactly, Zach C. And he said Kirby Smart said he doesn't understand what Michigan is doing offensively, and that's the point. It's hard to understand what we're doing. You don't want somebody to understand what you're doing. You you don't want your opponent to understand what you're doing. You want them to struggle to figure out, okay, what exactly, okay, I know they're doing this. Now I know how to stop it. But a lot of the things Michigan does, it's unconventional. Who goes 12-1 and all of a sudden they take their starting quarterback out for a series? Who goes 12-1 and they take their quarterback out and he's on the sideline all of a sudden? Like, okay, what the hell is going on? Like, it's just a lot of the things we do is unconventional. Zach C says, how do I think about Josh Gaddis going to Virginia head coaching job? I mean, hopefully he doesn't. I mean, we all somewhat talked about Gaddis when he was trying to learn how to call plays, learning if he wanted to be on the sideline or in the booth. But now, we're liking what we see. I don't want Gaddis to go nowhere because he's Next year will be JJ's second year in the system. Cade's third or fourth year in the system. They've built up continuity, so they know the system now. I don't want him to leave and mess that up. So I'm hoping Gaddis just stays put, because we got things going in the right direction, building up continuity on what we want to do and how we want to be successful. So honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't go. Just stay put, bro. Just stay put. You got the cabinet ain't bare. The cabinet isn't bare. So you might have a chance to make even more money by with JJ and all the dudes we got coming back, because pretty much the whole offense is coming back. So that's just, bro, don't go nowhere. I mean, if he does, I mean, he earned it this year, won assistant coach of the year, but I don't want Gaddis to go anywhere right now. And that's the problem. Oh, okay. Jay Marion says Clemson's OC took that job. And that's the only problem with being successful is teams poach your coaches. When you become successful and your program goes 12-1 or undefeated, or you start doing things that are working and everybody sees it, you're getting big time wins, everybody wants your coaches now. So they just start picking away at all your coaches. So hopefully that doesn't happen and we can get Gaddis to stay, because we need that continuity. We don't want to, you can get a better coach. There's better offensive coaches out there, but we've built up that continuity. I don't want him to go in. Yeah, I'm hearing Ryan Day might be going to the Bears also. I've been hearing that. Oh, Zach C, when JJ was running down that sideline, now that was heart. That was heart right there. That was heart in team play. Because he didn't even really get a block. Like, you don't get any stats for what he did. All those stats go to Corum. So him running down the sideline and making that big play, or assisting in that big play, that's the team. That's the team mindset. Area Ferber says, I love those flea flicker Gaddis. Keep up the good work. Yeah, those flea flickers are coming in nice, and we're running them on champions. Jay Marion says, I think JJ gonna take Aiden's role as far as leadership. Yeah, we need, and when Aiden and like Aiden and Ross and Haskins leave, guys are gonna have to take that role, those leadership roles. Corum or Edwards, JJ, you know what I'm saying? Guys on defense are gonna have to step up and take that role, whether it's, I don't know, on defense, DJ Turner or Vincent Gray if he stays around, RJ Moden, like some of these even young dudes, you got to stay, pick up that leadership and, keep everybody on course, because you don't want to have that feeling of how it used to be. Rip Surwin, what up, bro? He says Desmond destroyed Zach Smith on Twitter. I didn't see that, bro. I'm going to have to look that up. Ronnie Verdi said, man, these fans have been talking some heavy trash in their videos, especially about Cade. And you know what's funny about these Georgia fans talking stuff? Like, bro, all you hear, this is my problem with them. All you hear about is Georgia's defense versus our offense. For some reason, they think the only one with a good defense. For some reason, Georgia thinks they're the only team in the country with a defense. And that's what's funny to me. Like, bro, y'all have to go against our defense too. You got to go against Heisman finalist Aiden Hutchinson. You got to go against Ojabo, who's got, 12 sacks and 5 forced fumbles, 5 strip sacks to go along with it. You got to deal with that. So for some reason, Georgia just feels like they don't have to play offense. Like their defense is just gonna do everything, and their offense is like we have a trash offense. We didn't get to where we are now by having a trash defense. We already faced the number one offense and held them down. So it's like y'all better start looking at both phases of the game, because your defense, yeah, you got a good run defense, but guess what? We got a good defense. So you got to y'all offense. And what doesn't make sense to me is they talking about Cade, like, bro, y'all have a game manager quarterback too. What are you talking about? Like, they acting like they got Bryce Young. Bro, y'all got a game manager too. Bama to the bone says, "Are you going to the Orange Bowl?" Nah, bro, I ain't got that type of bread to spend on it. I mean, I could if I just really wanted to, but nah, I ain't going to the Orange Bowl. I'll be watching from the crib, and just enjoying it at the house. And I would like to experience that, because this would be an awesome experience. But I don't mind watching from the house with 1080p and 4K and stuff. It's a great watch from the house. But that experience, I do want to experience the playoff. Hopefully we can get back, and I got the bread to just spend on that, because I do stay in Florida. Zach C says, I told my coworkers that Alabama gave Michigan the blueprint to beat Georgia. They look soft. Yeah, I mean, they did expose their secondary, but Michigan is going to do what we want to do, or try to do what we want to do, and that's run the ball. Now, with the passing offense, we do a lot of things. It's not conventional. So that's why Kirby Smart is like, it's hard to figure out what Michigan does on offense besides run the ball, because it's unconventional. Whether it's jet sweeps, whether that's a reverse, whether that's a double reverse, whether that's a double pass, whether that's a flea flicker, it's a lot to deal with. It ain't just, drop back and pass. It's a lot of different things and a lot of different ways to move the ball. Okay, now we're going to run a West Coast offense, and we looking for our backs right out of the backfield. So Michigan does a lot of different things and has a lot of ways to beat you. It's not a lot of people that aren't Michigan fans, they just think it's, Michigan just runs the ball and that's it. They don't have any weapons on the outside, but we do. Yeah, and with the Georgia thing, with the quarterbacks, Bennett versus and JT Daniels, I was honestly surprised that they didn't go to JT Daniels, which makes me think he might not be ready to play, because why wouldn't you put him in when y'all got down so much? Like, why wouldn't you put him in? But he wasn't even warming up or anything. Like, he knew he wasn't ever going to go in the game. So, I mean, we don't play them for some weeks, so he might be ready to go by then. But it almost made me wonder, like, is he ready to go, or is he a emergency quarterback? Let me see. Yeah, they arrogant. They arrogant just because they're the SEC. So they think just because they're the SEC, they're just gonna dominate us. Area Ferber says the one elite passing offense they played, their secondary was smoked. And that was part of my point talking about them too. Y'all played y'all played an easy schedule. The teams that you thought would be good in the SEC, they weren't good. So Florida, 6-6. Auburn, 6-6. Who'd you play? Kentucky, 9-3. It's Kentucky. You get no respect for that. Clemson's offense is trash. It was the first game of the year. Y'all didn't even beat them. Y'all didn't score an offensive touchdown. Y'all won 10-3 off a pick six. You get no respect for your offense gets no respect for that. Let's see. When you had to face Bama, you couldn't keep up, and you couldn't slow them down. So we not Michigan isn't just afraid of Georgia. A lot of people think we're just supposed to be afraid of them. Why? Give me a reason why we're supposed to be afraid of them. We played a top offense and slowed them down. So we're not afraid of your offense. The same way y'all saying y'all ain't afraid of our offense, we ain't afraid of y'all's. AOKO says, I like to see up-tempo with JJ and Corum packages against Georgia. Huge fan of the channel. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I think that's a bro. If you're not, my man. But I appreciate it. And, yeah, we need to do up-tempo because we saw Jordan Davis. He got so tired. He wasn't even pass rushing or nothing. He was just standing there like, please get me out this game. Please, just somebody call a timeout or something. I can't breathe. Ronnie Verdi says, I'm trying to figure out how Aiden didn't get the Bednark or Nagurski awards, but he finished second in the Heisman. Didn't Aiden won one of the awards, didn't he? He won a award. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm trying to look it up real quick. Well, he won the top Big Ten player. I thought he won another national award. Oh, he won the Lombardi Award. Yeah, Aiden won the Lombardi. Yeah, so that goes to the top offense or defensive lineman. So he got some hardware. You know, he had to get some. Yeah, Ronnie Bell got a red shirt. So Ronnie Bell should be back next year. So this is why I'm like, it's not just the offense should be better next year. I mean, we're losing Hassan and we're losing a couple linemen, but we got Cornelius back, Roman Wilson back, Sanders still, Ronnie Bell, Eric All, let's see, Corum, Donovan Edwards, JJ, K, like Antrell Anthony. Like, so the offense is loaded. The offense is loaded next year. Daniel Chavara says, it's funny how MSU fans still talk trash when he had beat our biggest rival and played for bigger things while OSU ended their season. Yeah, I mean, that's all they can do is talk trash at this point. Yeah, it's like they got one of their win against us had to feel so almost meaningless. I mean, not meaningless, but they beat us. Then the next week they lose, and we're ranked higher than them in the playoff from the playoff committee, which that's what matters. So it was like, dang, we just beat these dudes, then we lose, and they jump us. And now we in the playoff and beat Ohio State, which destroyed them. Yes, sir, Richard Ford. Don't forget we led the nation in plays over 50 yards. Yeah. So Michigan has a big play offense. People don't understand it because they just see Harbaugh and they see our gaudy running stats and they just think, oh, they're just running the ball. Now, we get big plays in the run game. Don't get it twisted, whether it's A.J. Henning, whether that's Haskins, whether that's Corum, whether that's Donovan Edwards in the pass game or the run game, whether that's just flea flickers. We getting big plays however we got to get them. Donovan Edwards throws a 70-yard pass. So we getting the yards. Yes, sir. That Ronnie Virgin says we run a West Coast spread, sometimes a West Coast vertical. And I love the West Coast offense, especially when you got a good defense with, good secondary, and they got to deal with not only your receivers, but they got to deal with the running back out of the backfield, whether he's going to the flat or whether he's doing like a little out and in route like that and stuff like that. They got to deal with that. It's a lot to deal with. AOKKO says people underestimate Cade's ability throwing on slant routes. Yeah, Cade's a dink and dunk. He'll dink and dunk you to death. Now, I know people get tired of it sometimes, but it moves the chains. That's why when in the beginning of the season we were kicking all those field goals, it was like, okay, we're doing great 20-20, but in the red zone, we got to get touchdowns. And when we complain about stuff, like when I complain about stuff, I'm not just complaining about it just to complain about. I'm complaining about it because I know to win the Big Ten and to get where we want to be, it has to change. And the staff saw that it had to change. And after Michigan State, and I think maybe one game after that, it was touchdowns. We started getting mostly touchdowns. Like we haven't been kicking field goals like that. We're getting touchdowns now. Zach C says, you guys got to remember Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Smith and Jigba were not Ryan Day's recruits. Those were Urban Meyer's recruits. And that's something that OSU fans going to have to deal with is, okay, y'all seem to forget that y'all got a different coach. This ain't Urban Meyer no more. This ain't Urban Meyer's teams and his recruits. So you got to figure out how good Ryan Day's recruits are. And can he coach them up and develop them like Urban did? Urban gone. CS says the hat game, bro. I appreciate it, bro. I got a bunch of hats. Sometimes I don't like to wear them on here because it's a Michigan page, but I got to throw them on sometimes. Bro. Funny Fab 5 says, you can't be mad. The SEC been kicking butt for 10 years. Bama, LSU, Auburn. That's true. So we have to give them some respect and credit because they have dominated. But okay, we ain't gonna give you too much credit. We in now. You got to deal with us. Now, after we get dealt with, we get dealt with. But we ain't finna just lay over for y'all. That definitely ain't about to happen. Because just like I feel we got through Ohio State, so the confidence level is up there now. The confidence level is there now. And I know the players got to be feeling the same way. Aiden and all them boys. We got through Ohio State. Oh, we can beat anybody. We got through the number one offense and held them in check. Oh, we can beat anybody. So I know they feeling the same way I'm feeling, like, okay, we take our chances against anybody now. Jay Marion says, any thoughts on OSU new DC? I can't really give you thoughts on it. I don't really know much about them. I mean, it's kind of weird to get a Big 12 coach, defensive coordinator. That's kind of weird. I mean, they don't really play good defense out there. So that's not where I would have went to get a defensive coordinator if it was just me thinking about it, but he might be good. I don't know that much about him. Area Ferber says if Bama would have lost to Auburn or Georgia, I think Aiden might have had that Heisman. Yeah, he probably would have won. If Auburn beats Bama, Aiden probably has it locked up. Or if Georgia or if he just played bad against Georgia, Aiden probably wins the Heisman. Honestly, he got a lot of votes. He came in second. It's just Bryce Young had that comeback against Auburn. That's the big rivalry game, so that gets him the momentum. Like Aiden got all that momentum, and then he just comes out and shreds the number one defense, the greatest defense we've ever seen, Georgia. He shredded them, so he locked it up with that game. Issa Fromm says CJ looked like a little kid last night, was upset about everything. Yeah, and he's gonna have to learn how to lose and to not make excuses. Because don't nobody care about no excuses. And any of us that play football know coaches don't want to hear no excuses. Coaches don't accept excuses. So I don't know why he's going in the media saying, "Oh, if we were sick and oh we if I would have scored on my run if it didn't get called back, we would have won." Bro, y'all scored like 2 plays later. You won winning that game. And I don't care what scenario, y'all wasn't winning that game. Y'all just got dominated. Your defense just got dominated. G-Man76 UT says, "What's the status on Corum's ankle?" I'm not sure the status, but as we saw against Iowa, he took 170. So by the time we play Georgia, his ankle should be 100% if it's not already. So you shouldn't have to worry about his ankle, bro, because he looked like he was 100% against Iowa, and if he wasn't, by the time we play Georgia, he'll be 100%. So that ain't nothing to worry about, bro. Funny Fab 5 says Edwards was playing QB in high school. That was a hell of a throw. That was a hell of a throw. Daniel Shavira says, "I laughed so hard when Steve Dace called the Rose Bowl the game and the IU game the final home game of the season, since he no longer counted OSU game as a game on the schedule." And that was my problem with him. That was my problem with him, why I was going in so hard on him. Like, bro, don't just count us out just because of the past. Things change. Things don't stay the same forever. They just don't. Things don't say, people get in a rut and, oh, we'll never beat Ohio State. We'll never win the Big Ten. Man, things change. That's why every year, no matter how our season goes, when the season starts, the new season starts, no matter how dressed I was and how sad, I come back with optimism because it's a new year. Things happen. Players leave. Coaches leave. New players come. New coaches come. Things can change. Nothing stays the same forever. That's just life. And that's the problem OSU fans are having right now, because they think things are going to stay the same forever, which they don't. The Jordan, Michigan Orange Bowl t-shirt is a must cop. Peanut Butter Hero says, I need to order that Orange Bowl shirt. I ordered a Big Ten championship shirt, the Big Ten champ shirt, but I got to get an Orange Bowl shirt too. I should have ordered them both at the same time, because Fanatics got a long wait. It's going to take like a month to get my shirt. It's going to be like, I think they said like January 10th before I get my shirt. Jay Marion says, "If I'm Gaddis, I'm coming back next season with all them weapons." That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't leave Michigan right now. On offense, you got everything you can want. You got fast backs that can receive out of the backfield. You got a plethora of receivers that are fast, some big, some small, some quick, they're all fast. And you got Eric All, NFL caliber size tight end. What are you leaving Michigan for, bro? Yeah, the problem, and that's the problem. Issa from he says all the good jobs have already been filled. Gaddis isn't going anywhere, and that's the problem for these coaches when you get to the playoff. Is these colleges want to fill these coaches positions fast, like right now, and if you're in the playoff, it's like, okay, we're trying to win a championship and stuff, and they're going to want you to leave depending on if you're taking a head coaching job. They almost want you to leave and come coach and come, get on the recruiting trail and, come stabilize their program. So yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere either. Jake says Fanatic shirts don't fit well. I mean, it just depends on which. See, I go for dry fit shirts. I don't like regular cotton shirts. I like to get dry fit shirts. Those dry fit ones, I'm kind of muscular, so they fit me. They usually fit me well. So that's what I usually go with. If it's a regular cotton shirt, I don't buy those ones. Like unless I'm in person and I just like, all right, let me cop this little cheap Michigan shirt. You know what I'm saying? Just to build up my Michigan gear. But I like to get dry fit shirts. Jeremiah Porter says, to be honest, we stack up evenly with Georgia. We have a better offense, and I think we stack up with the defense. We are winning that game, and Alabama better watch out and don't overlook Cincinnati. Yeah, Michigan and Georgia are teams that they're like the mirror image of each other. I think somebody said that Spider-Man meme where it's two Spider-Mans and they're looking at each other, pointing at each other. That's Michigan and Georgia. You got two good defenses. You got two offenses that kind of want to do the same thing. It's just Michigan has the dominant run game as far as statistics, but as far as the passing game, they both spread it around. There's not a they give it to their tight end. I think the most Cornelius Johnson leads us in receiving, but you got a bunch of receivers with 200, 300 yards. Both teams are similar like that. So these are similar teams. And Georgia plays a Big Ten style game. So them playing us isn't they're not showing us nothing that we're not used to because they play a Big Ten style. So we're used to that their playing style. We're used to that. Joseph M says, when I was working at the convention center in Columbus in 2019, I saw in one room they had a giant board with Brutus murdering a Michigan football player. OSU are classless crybabies. Yeah, they've been saying we're classless now that they have to deal with us talking trash. They forgot how it felt to hear your rival, to lose to your top rival and have to hear trash talk. For the trash talk just getting started. This year ain't over. We don't play y'all for a long time. For a good 8-9 months? No, 10 months. So it's gonna be a long year for y'all. They finna hear a bunch of trash talk. Holy Reaver 97 says the OSU players had the look on their face like everything was against them and they were just there to get their butt kicked for our entertainment. They did have a desperate, sad look on their face. And that's what we want. We want them looking desperate like they have no hope. Like, oh God, what did we get into? Like oh God, we got to deal with them. That's how we want them looking. Yeah, Jay Marion says Georgia's defensive coordinator is coaching the playoffs, but his focus won't be 100% on Michigan's offense, in his opinion. Yeah, because he got the job. I can't remember where he got the job, but he got another job. So that's just how it goes. Malachi says CJ was up there looking sour as hell. And let me speak on why this dude, why he's been making excuses and why he's been making excuses and he's had that sour look on his face. The reason is why, because Ohio State hasn't lost to us in 10 years. So that's two sets of recruits that have been there for 4 years straight. So that's 9 years of players that haven't lost to Michigan. They get the gold pants charm when they beat us. They didn't get that this year. So you got to all those old players and stuff, they coming back. Like, don't be the team to lose to Michigan. Don't be the team to lose to Michigan. So you at Ohio State, now you got to deal with that. You actually lost to us. Now you got to deal with that. So not only are you hearing trash talk from Michigan fans, you're hearing trash talk from Ohio State fans, because a lot of Ohio State fans they don't like CJ Stroud. They wanted what was his name, McCord or McCures, whatever his name is. They wanted the other quarterback to play. So he's got to deal with all that. So it's a lot on him. Like, man, this is what it's like to be at Ohio State and to lose to Michigan. This ain't no fun. I ain't signed up for this. Hey, y'all told me we never lose to them. Hold on. Y'all, time out. Y'all said we never lose to them. Y'all said we was gonna hang 100 on them. This ain't the team y'all said we was gonna play and beat. These boys nasty. I was getting sacked a lot. I was getting sacked a lot. What's hold on? Y'all sold hold on. Y'all sold me a dream. This ain't what I signed up for. Now y'all talking bad about me? Hold on. I was sick. Come on. I was sick, man. I had the flu. If we would have scored on that drive, it would have been a different game. Just believe that. Y'all don't believe it? Ah. So CJ is getting it, man. CJ is getting it. He said, I ain't signed up for this. Y'all sold me a dream. That ain't the team y'all said was gonna be out there. Y'all said we was gonna drop 100. I'm struggling to I couldn't even get 30 on them. What y'all talking about? So CJ all over the place. He like, I'm second guessing me even being here. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, that's just motivation for him. You know, you came at a time when Michigan changed a lot of things out to get better. And now you have CJ is dealing with that. You know, he came to Ohio State at the wrong time. Because if Don Brown was still here to score, they probably would have hung 100 on us. What's up, Alex Heron Jr.? He said, what's up, Johnny? Go Blue. Jack says 1 year out of that, Ewers was like, yeah, I'm out of this mug. Yeah, bro, because as football, AOKO says, loved how Corum clapped back at CJ. Yeah, because as football, if you played football or you played any sport, what do our coaches tell us? There are no excuses. It's no excuse. So nobody wants to hear your excuses. Why does Michael Jordan have such a legend and the GOAT of basketball? Because he's got moments no matter what was going on, he won. The flu game, I know people gonna say, oh, he was drunk or he had a hangover or it was food poison. It don't matter. What matters is he put up. He put up. Wasn't no excuse. I'm going to be out here dying. Pippen carried me to the bench. All right, we back in the game. Swish. Goodbye. All right, Pippen carried me back to the bench. That's what it's about. Nobody wants to hear your excuses. Like, nobody cares. Just like when we were saying JT was short. Y'all didn't want to. OSU fans didn't want to hear our excuses with the refs. Don't matter. Nobody want to care about excuses. Only thing people care about is results. That's all people care about. Alex Heron Jr. says Heisman was rigged. Someone from Alabama wins every year. I mean, they put up numbers, bro. That's to win the Heisman. let's say the Pittsburgh quarterback, for him to win and they have some losses, his numbers would have had to been through the roof. But like let's say Bama, they're always one loss or undefeated, and their quarterback has the numbers. So, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? So if you just put up great numbers and you're undefeated or you have one loss, you maybe can win a Heisman. Exactly. Jake says, I coach wrestling and I tell my kids I don't want to hear any excuses. And that's a fact. Because no one cares. No one cares about your excuses. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if it was the refs, whatever. Only thing people care about is, you lost. You lost. That's all people care about. You lost. Oh, it was the refs. Oh, okay, you lost. Oh, we had the flu. Oh, okay, yeah, you lost. Oh, if I would have scored on that one play, you lost. Nobody cares. Oscar Ortiz, first game in 10 years and you're acting like this. Next year at the shoe, enjoy it. We gonna enjoy it, bro. We gonna enjoy it. Y'all been talking trash for years. Now Michigan gets their chance to talk trash. That's how trash talk works in rivalries. You see, when you beat us, you get to talk trash. When we beat you, we get to talk trash. Ain't that something? I know y'all ain't used to that, but that's how trash talk goes. You see, we didn't sneak up and beat y'all when y'all had a interim coach this time. It wasn't that when y'all had an actual rebuilding year. It wasn't that. Now we beat y'all when y'all was good. When y'all had the number one offense. We beat y'all when y'all were saying, we didn't get to hang 100 on y'all last year. We're going to do it this year. Okay. Keep that same energy y'all had. Y'all going to hang 100, right? But now y'all lost. Y'all want us to shut up. Now we ain't shutting up. Y'all got a long year. We ain't shutting up. We're talking all year. Y'all can get ready for that. See you next year in the shoe. We'll be there. We ain't scared. Michigan's not scared of y'all. For some reason, y'all think, y'all better get back scared of us. No, that's over with. That's over with. We ain't got Don Brown for y'all to shred no more. We ain't got Don Brown no more. So y'all just thought, Don Brown. No, Don Brown gone now. we got a real defensive coordinator now. So we ain't just God, it's Ohio State. No, this year we saw what a real defensive coordinator can do to a top offense. So we see you in the shoe next year. We'll be there. Can't wait. Jack says, kind of funny that OSU fans talk so much before the game, and now it feels like I haven't heard a peep from them since we beat them. Yeah, they ain't doing nothing but complaining or saying, wait till next year. Okay, y'all wait on it. While we waiting, we talking trash, if you don't mind. Ronnie Verger says Heisman is a QB award. If Ndamukong Suh didn't win it when he had a godlike numbers, then Aiden wasn't winning it. Yeah, the only way Aiden was gonna win it is if not CJ Stroud, but Bryce Young had a bad game against Georgia, or if they would have lost to Auburn. That's the only way Aiden was going to win it, unless when he played Iowa, he had like 3 sacks or like 2 sacks and 2 forced fumbles or something ridiculous. But he had like 1 sack, so it still propped him up a little more, but it didn't put him over the top. Like, It's a From says OSU fans are saying that Herb Street wouldn't have said what Desmond did. Guess what? Herbs wasn't there because he never won the Heisman. yeah, so so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We talking trash. All those Michigan alums have been getting jabbed all these years. So they got built up aggression. They want to talk trash too. Especially dudes like that are on the media that we see all the time, like Desmond and like Woodson. You know, we see these dudes every Saturday and through the week sometimes. So, you know, they hear it. So they want to talk, get their trash talking in too. Especially them dudes didn't barely lose to Ohio State, and you know they accomplished goals. You know, Woodson got the national championship, the Heisman. Desmond won the Heisman. Like these dudes, they got that hardware, so they want to talk trash. Daniel Shavera says when Aiden and the team were preparing for OSU and OSU week, I remember in the press conference he said he can't promise a victory against Ohio State, which was the way to go. And that's how you do it. You don't make guarantees in those types of games. You just keep your head down, answer the questions, and keep it moving and wait till the game. Let your play do the talking. Talk is cheap. Don't nobody want to hear all that yapping before the game. You wait till the Saturday and then you just let your play do the talking. That's what Aiden did. He let his play do the talking. 3 sacks. That's a hell of a game for a DN. AOKO says MSU had the flu against OSU, didn't stop OSU pouring it on them. Didn't hear an MSU cry. Venice Blue Dev says worried about UGA tight end. He's scary good. He's a beast. He's a beast. Now, on Georgia's offense, he's the only dude that scares me. And only because our linebackers aren't good in coverage. But I have no doubt that they're going to put Dax Hill on him. I almost have no doubt because that's what we do. We put Dax Hill on those types of dudes. Those dudes in the slot that are tight ends and things like that, we put Dax on them. And Dax isn't a shutdown corner, but he's a good corner. It ain't gonna be easy, especially if you constantly going to him, because when things get hard, Stetson Bennett, he looks down at the tight end. Brock Bowers, he looks him down. Tom Vandenbrand says, love the energy, Johnny. My gripe with CJ's excuses that if Ohio won the game, no one would have mentioned the excuses. No one. He goes, not to make excuses, but come on now, flu or not, y'all lost. Exactly. If y'all would have won, it wouldn't have been no excuses. Y'all would have just been laughing and gloating. Told y'all we was going to drop 100 on you. Told y'all you couldn't beat us. It would have been all that. Now that y'all got it, y'all lost, and y'all lost in a dominant fashion, now it's excuse time. Nobody want to hear him. But yeah, Brock Bowers, he's my worry on their defense, on their offense, but he's just one player. So when you just consistently go to one player, you know, that leaves plays to be made against him. Okay, y'all want to force feed this dude? Okay. You want to force feed him? Okay, we're going to bracket coverage him. Okay, we're going to put Dax Hill on him. Okay, we're going to have a safety over. We're going to have somebody playing underneath with the safety over the top. So there's ways to slow that down. But he is a beast. That's a fact. Jay Marion says it feels good to see OSU have to worry about if this or that player is playing in the bowl game like we did for years. Yeah, that's a fact. It's good to see them have to deal with what we had to deal with. Daniel Shavera says we could very well be the next Clemson. It took Dabo about the same amount of time it took Harbaugh to get us to the next level. And that's a fact, because I've always said this. Harbaugh is stubborn. He should have fired Don Brown 2-3 years ago. He should have fired him 2-3 years ago. That's a fact. Now, with like the running backs coach taking his son, not having his son as the running backs coach, I talked about that before. Now you got Mike Hart, you got Mike McDonald, you changed like your whole staff. Change is good. You have to figure out what works and gives your team the best chance to win. It ain't about, oh, I love this coach. We got a relationship. If he ain't getting it done, he got to go. That's what it's about. You can't sit, oh, he's a good guy. He's my friend. We've got a good relationship. This ain't about relationship. This is about winning. So if he ain't getting it done, you got to go. That's just the bottom line of the business that they're in. So he's stubborn, so it took him time to realize what he had to do. And now we're getting the dividends of that change. And it's a good time. And I say that because the recruits are there. Like the cupboard, this isn't just a senior-laden team. We got some seniors, but we got a lot of young dudes that are playing and playing well. So next year, the cupboard ain't bare. I'm expecting big things next year. Sam Stamos says, Dax is a safety, is he not? Dax is whatever they want him to be. Dax is whatever they want him to be. Dax plays safety, Dax plays corner. Because Brad Hawkins is the safety. Rod Moore plays safety, and R.J. Moten plays safety. Dax plays safety sometimes, but he's in the slot playing nickel a lot of the times. Dax is a tweener. If you would want him to play safety, but he's in between. He can play corner, which he does most of the time, and he can play safety. Dax is one of those dudes that he's just a good football player. So at the next level, he'll probably be a safety. But right now, they're using him as however they need to use him. Kind of like Green Bay was using Woodson in those years. Sometimes he'd play safety, sometimes he'd be in the slot blitzing, sometimes he'd be in the slot in coverage. He's just a football player. He's just gonna do whatever you ask him to do. He's gonna be good at it. He might not be great, but he's gonna be good at whatever you ask him to do. Let's Toast Molten says, keep it 100. Dax was getting cooked. That's why I say Dax is good. He's not a shutdown corner. He's not a shutdown corner. I've seen him get beat, but I've also seen him make plays and have good coverage. Like let's say the Michigan State play. That was a perfect throw. When Jalen Reed on that fourth down, that was a perfect throw. Dax had almost perfect coverage. Only thing he could have did better was turn around, and maybe if he turned around, he probably could have knocked that down. But as far as his coverage, it was on point. When you see Dax get beat, it's mostly because of a great route. I mean, a great throw. Now, who was that that cooked him? That actually cooked him? Penn State. I can't think of the wide receiver's name. He cooked him. He cooked him on I think it was a dig route or something, or an in and out, and he cooked him. But that was a great route. Like most of the time, you see Dax get beat by just a great throw. It's normally not him getting just cooked, but the Penn State receiver, he cooked him. I can't remember his name, but he cooked him. Dotson. Yeah, it was Dotson. But you got to remember, Brock Bowers isn't that. Brock Bowers is just a big dude. He's a big, fast dude. He's not going to be hitting him with in and out routes like that. He's not going to be doing it like that. He's a big dude. Not to say that he's a scrub, but he ain't quick like that. He's not quick like Dotson. So I'm not worried about him doing. I'm not worried about Dax getting done in with great footwork and great quickness and agility like that, because he's a tight end, but he is fast. Yeah, playing corner, you're going to get beat. But Dotson is the only one I've seen him actually cook like, oh, boy, you just got lit up. That's the only person I've seen do him like that. Other than that, when Dax gets beat, he's right there. It's just a perfect throw. Joseph M. says the Jim Knowles hired by OSU makes no sense to hire a coordinator from a conference notorious for trotting out subpar defense. That's what I didn't understand. Why would you get him when he's in the Big 12 and they don't play defense in the Big 12? Yeah, King Williams says you're going to get cooked sometimes when you're covering the best receiver on the field. Doesn't give up many scores, and that's what I'm saying with the Dax Hill against Brock Bowers. Like, I think it was Wisconsin's tight end beat Dax, but yeah, he beat him on the route, but the throws were perfect. And as a corner, you're gonna get beat. You're gonna get beat sometime. But the only person that I've seen actually cook him, like, okay, get him off of him, was Dotson. And I think for the rest of the game, they had DJ Turner on him. But that's the only person I saw that actually really cooked him like. Yeah, MSU wide receiver, that was Jalen Reed. He beat him, but the throw was perfect. Like, he beat him, but Dax was right here. Like, he's right there with him. The throw was just perfect. There's no defense for a perfect throw. They make these sayings for a reason. So I got confidence in Dax to not shut down Brock Bowers, but to slow him down, to make Stetson Bennett think twice about throwing to him. Daniel Shavir says the Steve Dace episode after we beat Ohio State, he said he will start a tradition of going to the movies every year during the game, thinking it would bring good luck in us beating OSU. Hey, I mean, if that's what he wants to do, yeah. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that to start a tradition. He just did that because he just thought we was gonna lose, and he got tired of watching us lose. Ronnie Virgil says Dax ain't Peppers, but he does his job. That's all we can ask. Yeah, and as a coach, you don't. Yeah, you would love it if you have a player that does one thing great, but in Dax, you got a player that does everything well. He does everything good. His coverage is good. He blitzes good. He tackles good. He doesn't do anything bad. I can't say he does anything bad. Maybe he could find the ball better, which all of our DBs could work on, really. But besides that, I can't say that Dax does anything bad. If he gets his hand on an interception, he usually comes down with it. He does everything good. That's a football player. Go play safety. Okay, coach. He's doing it good. Come down here and drop down on this and play nickel, tight man coverage. He does it good. That's a football player. When you can move somebody around and they do everything good, he playing football. Holy Reaver 97 says, is Georgia's offense better or Michigan's? I would take Michigan's offense. Just because, and this is the reason I would take Michigan's offense, because I know what Michigan does well. If I look at Georgia's offense, well, I know what Michigan does really well. If I look at Georgia's offense and I say, okay, if I'm looking at their offense and looking at them, I'm like, what do y'all do really well? When things get hard, what do you go to? And it's hard to say. Well, all I can see is they go to Brock Bowers. When things get hard, they go to the freshman tight end. But what's your bread and butter? Is that your bread and butter throwing to the tight end? Is it? That ain't something that's hard to stop or to slow down, throwing to a tight end. I don't think Hassan comes back, bro. I don't think Hassan comes back. Jake says Dax could get out physical or jump for the ball with Georgia tight end. I mean, that's always that can always happen because corners are usually shorter than offensive receivers and tight ends. So that can always happen, bro. But he's our best option. That's a fact. Dax is our best option for Brock Bowers. We got to agree on that. He's our best option. Yeah, I don't think Hassan comes back next year. I don't think so. He might, but honestly, with this year, and you got to remember, Corum is going to be stronger, maybe faster next year, and Donovan Edwards, he's definitely going to be stronger, faster after getting a year in the weight room. You know, a year in the weight room, the program, the weight room, the college weight room program, the strength and conditioning program. He's going to get bigger, stronger, faster, Donovan Edwards. So those dudes are going to get more carries. It's just how it goes. I don't see Hassan's stock as far as going to the NFL getting any higher from coming back. Now, if he wants to come back and just maybe some dudes just love college, like Chris Olave. He just came back. So he might come back, but if he wants to get his money, it's best to go to the NFL right now while you got 1,300 yards and 20 TDs. And especially he's a running back. Running backs have short longevity. They have short careers. So he had kind of a nice amount of carries this year. It's time to go to the NFL, bro. Go get your money, and because you running backs have a life. When they hit a certain amount of career carries, then they just start to go down. It is what it is. So his best bet is to go pro. Donald Lewis says DJ Turner is Michigan's #1 corner. That's a fact. But Brock Bowers plays in the slot. That's Dax Hill's territory. That's Dax Hill. Dax Hill plays the slot. That's why I say Dax Hill is going to be on him. Daniel Shavira says Cade may have less TDs than Shea, but Cade actually make better decisions. Shea made a lot of bonehead mistakes. Shea Patterson, it reminds me of Adrian Martinez for Nebraska. All the talent in the world, but he gonna make a bonehead play to lose you a game. Now Shea's not to the Adrian Martinez level of that, but it's the same thing. He gonna make a bonehead play when you don't need him to. Yeah, with the backwards pass. AOKO says Eric All first round if he has another good year. Yeah, because to get to the NFL, and I had some on my semi-pro team. I had some guys that went to the open combine where you know if you're not a top college guy. They have a combine for like semi-pro players and things like that. So he went, and it's just a meat market. They want to see how big your hands are. They want to see how long your arms are. How tall are you? It's just a meat market. So being prototypical size is part of the job. Is a big thing. So if you're a tight end and you're 6'5" and you're 250, 260, 270, that's part of it. Like, okay, he fits the prototypical tight end. How fast is he? 4'4", 4'5"? Okay, I'll take a chance on him just because he's prototypical. But Eric All is putting up good numbers, and next year they should be even better. Fade 93 says, you think Ojabo could come back another year? I'm worried about the defense next year. Ojabo is probably gone just because, like I was saying with Hassan, his stock is high right now. He's projected as a top 15 pick. That's guaranteed big money. Now, let's say Ojabo leaves with Aiden and Dax. We got good recruiting classes coming in, and a lot of the players that are playing now are young. Like a lot of our secondary, let's say Dax Hill will be gone, Brad Hawkins will be gone. But you got RJ Moulton, young. DJ Turner, young. Rod Moore, young. Colson, young. Green, young. Now you got leadership that needs to be taken up, though. You got Chris Hinton, Mozzie Smith, Moore. Some of these dudes, like the cupboard isn't bare anywhere for us. So we're gonna lose some players, but the cupboard isn't bare. So that's why I was saying I don't see this as a fluke season, because the cupboard isn't bare. Don't think we don't have. We've got talent. We've got talent already. So that's just it right there. Yeah, our secondary should be scary next year. So all those young dudes that were making young mistakes, they next year the secondary should be a strong suit. The linebackers should take a step up next year also from them all playing. Yeah, you lose Josh Ross, but Josh Ross was he's a liability in coverage. Now he's a downhill. He comes downhill and he's good against the run, but I'm looking for more of a complete linebackers now. Yeah, we got a ton of good cornerbacks coming in. So the cupboard isn't bare. Did I see Hassan get rocked during the JJ QB keeper in the championship game? I didn't see that. I didn't see him get rocked. I saw Donovan Edwards get laid out. Oh yeah, Dre 408. Mozzie and Chris Hinton. He says Mozzie and Chris Hinton don't get enough credit. Mozzie and Chris Hinton. We couldn't run this defense without them boys. Them boys are doing what they have to do and helping create havoc, helping to keep our run defense good. So them coming back next year is huge. So the cupboard ain't bare nowhere, y'all. So that's the thing. We're not bare anywhere. And we got recruits coming in. Jay Merrick says Mike Morris and Rod Moore came out of nowhere this season. That's good coaching. Exactly. Yeah, we take a step back by losing Aiden and Ojabo, but everywhere else we got dudes coming that have been playing, and we've played a ton of young dudes, so it's not so bad. And like next year, I think the offense will be the thing we lean on. Like, okay, you got to stop us. You got to stop this great offense, which in turn can help the defense. Daniel Shavira says, man, I hope Kenneth Walker declares for the NFL. We don't want to deal with him again. He's the only reason MSU was pretty good this year. When we lost to MSU, it was all Walker. That's a fact. And with him, honestly, if he's smart, he'd go to the NFL while his stock is high. Like his stock is high. It ain't guaranteed you're gonna have this great of a season next year. These things aren't guaranteed. Like you just, I'm gonna come back and we gonna go undefeated next year. That's not a guarantee. Things change. Now you hope they don't when it's going good, but things aren't always the same. Things change. So that's why it's important for these dudes to get that money when they can. Because you can always get hurt in your career. You could have already had a contract. You chose to come back and you knock on wood, you tear your ACL or something. Like you never know what can happen. Like being able to play a game and to take care of your family for generations, like that's huge. I know us as fans, we always want the players to come back, our great players to come back, but that's a lot to give up and to risk because you're risking it. Yeah, you might put an insurance policy on yourself, but it's having that contract, that guaranteed contract for 30 million or 15, 20 million, you know what I'm saying? That's a big deal. Yep, exactly like Jake Butt. Came back and got hurt. Yeah, I mean, Let's Toast Media says people say it's Bear because Aiden took a step forward and Ojabo took 3 steps forward, and it's like we got to replace not 1 but 2 DNs. Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but the fact is, okay, the strength of the team was Aiden and Ojabo. If we had to say a weakness, we would say our secondary in coverage. Next year, the coverage should be even better. So you won't need. So you won't. You always need great pass rushers, but you won't have to get a pass rushes fast when you have better coverage. So, and I'm sure we have someone that can rush the passer, but it's just a give and a take. You have a better secondary, okay. Now they can cover a second longer. They have better coverage. In turn, now you can get coverage sacks to where, okay, the quarterback, he's just back there, he's looking. Nobody's open. Sack. See, right now it's like, okay, he drops back, he's looking, like he only can get a chance to scan the field. Now that's great to have, but it is what it is. Somebody gonna have to take their place. Jay Marion says Quiddy Pay left, Ojabo came in, Ojabo leaves, next man up. That's how it goes. Yeah, that's how it goes. Next man up. Holy Reeves says, gotta rewatch that championship game. Yeah, I might rewatch that. I know I watched that Ohio State game about 10 times. Daniel Shavira says it's hard to tell if Mel Tucker is good. He hasn't developed players. He's only brought players developed elsewhere. Coaches have gone downhill once they have their own recruits like Dan Mullen. That's a good point. That's a good point. I probably wouldn't have gave him all that money. I probably wouldn't have gave him all that money so quick. I would have probably let him prove himself a little more. Just because you beat Michigan, that don't guarantee you getting a lot of money. You deserve a lot of money, and the reason being is Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni, D'Antonio, or yeah, Mike Mark. I can't even remember how to say his name no more. Michigan State's old coach. he What did he do? He beat Michigan consistently. He won Big Ten championships. He went to the playoff. Michigan State has been to the playoff. So Mel Tucker ain't did nothing that their former coach didn't do. Mark did all those things. So Mel Tucker ain't did nothing that ain't happened recently for them. They've been beating us consistently. They've went to the Big Ten championship. They went to the playoff. So he ain't did nothing that their former coach didn't do. Like he ain't even did that yet. He ain't went to the Big Ten championship. He ain't went to the playoff. He's beat Michigan twice, and he's had one good year. So I don't know if I would have threw all that money his way. He says Ojabo is an outside linebacker, isn't he? Yeah, he is. The game has changed where you got outside linebackers. It's like a tweener position. Outside linebacker, D end. You say he's not an every down. He's not an every down D end or whatever you want to call it. But honestly, I think we would have did better against Kenneth Walker if we kept Ojabo in for most of those plays instead of trying to switch out the ends because Kenneth Walker he couldn't get around Ojabo. He was trying to do those moves against Ojabo, and Ojabo was like, bro, I'm just as athletic as you. You ain't going nowhere. Get over here. Get over here. I ain't falling for them moves, bro. I'm just as athletic as you are. So I ain't going for it. I felt like we should have played Ojabo more downs. We should have played Ojabo almost every down against Michigan State. That's just what I feel like. We needed that athleticism, that speed and athleticism on a consistent down basis instead of trying to run all these dudes in and out. Let's those media says, bro, that's what makes the secondary better and look good when you have a powerful front four. OSU had a great front four and just have to reload. We have to do the same. Yeah, of course. But my point is, the secondary looked good because of the pass rush. Next year, I think our secondary will just be good. That's what I'm saying. Like what was it? Washington. They said, oh, they got a bunch of NFL type corners. I'm thinking our secondary will be that type of secondary next year. Like, okay, them dudes are for real. So in turn, you don't need a great pass rush when you have a secondary full of NFL type talent. You don't need a great pass rush. I mean, a great pass rush always helps. You always want that. But what I'm saying is, I think our secondary will be better than it was this year. Not because of the pass rush, just because they're better. Let's Toast Media says, LOL, I don't want to be good. I want to be great. That's now you for real. And I'm not saying you don't need a pass rush. You always need a pass rush, bro. I'm not saying you don't need one. All I'm saying is I think our secondary will be better just on their own. They will be better. That's what I'm saying. Like better players, better positioning. That's what I'm saying. Our secondary will be better. Bro, I'm not saying you don't need. I don't know why y'all thinking I'm saying you don't need a pass rush. I'm not saying you don't need a pass rush. You always need a pass rush. What I'm saying is our secondary, like if you just pick the secondary, you would this year's secondary and next year's secondary and this year's secondary. Next year you're gonna say, I want that secondary. Over the 2021 secondary, yes, they're a better secondary. That is what I'm saying. Thank you, Joseph M. Because I don't know why they saying we don't need it. I never said we don't need a pass rush. And if I did, I didn't mean to say that. What I'm saying is we will have a better secondary. Fetty 93 says, you think Vastardis will hold his own against Jordan Davis? I mean, I'm hoping so. And if not, they better double him. They better double him. But to help that, I think you have to we need to use up tempo and try to tire him out. Try to tire him out. We saw he gets tired. So to me, it's foolish to not put some up tempo in there to exploit him being gassed and them trying to do what we did early in the year with all the switching out. Like, nah, you staying on the field, big boy. You staying on the field. Yeah, but I think he'll do a pretty good job because our offensive line has done a pretty good job against everybody, pretty much. Can Michigan stop Georgia's run game? I think so. Georgia's run game don't impress me. I mean, they got capable backs. I'm not saying they're trash, but I think we can stop the run game. They've got capable backs, but I don't see anybody that's like, oh boy, like let's think about who we faced this year. The one running back that really just lit us up was Kenneth Walker. He's the top running back in the nation. Even when we played Henderson for Ohio State, we held him in check. So besides the best running back in the nation, we've held everybody in check. So their running backs don't scare me. I think we can hold them in check. That's like if we played Bama and we're like, oh, their passing game. I'm gonna look at the Ohio State game. We held the top passing offense, the top pass game in check. Ohio State. So we've went against the top team, top backs, top passing game. Like we went through we went through it this year. Like we didn't get here easily. Holy Reaver 97 says, Johnny, just want to say, whenever I get a notification, you put up a video, I drop everything and watch it. Love your video. I appreciate the love. I appreciate it, for real. Michigan man says, Georgia is more pass heavy. Yeah, Georgia runs the RPOs, things like that with Stetson Bennett, but Georgia doesn't really. They're bread and butter. Like you don't know what What's their identity? You really don't know what their exact identity is. You got to stop the run game because we want Stetson Bennett to have to win the game. That's what we want because what were we just talking about? Our strength is Aiden and Ojabo. So we want Stetson Bennett to have to drop back and throw it a bunch of times because in turn, he got to deal with Aiden and Ojabo. Get him, Aiden. Get him, Ojabo. Sick him. That's what we want. Because you trying to drop back and throw it, guess what? Strip sacks, and bad things happen because we're going to put you in bad situations. I mean, we know we're going to try to pound the rock because that's our identity. We don't really know what Georgia's identity is. Every team wants to run the ball. And Georgia plays like an old school Big Ten team. They want to try to run the ball, but it don't matter. We want you to have to try to throw it. That's what we want. We want you to have to try to throw it so we can sack you. Get them. Sick them. Get them, Aiden. Get them, Ojabo. D. Brown says Georgia run game is not all that. The running backs are like faster versions of Higdon. Yeah, I mean, nothing on Georgia's offense is all that except Brock Bowers. Like when I was doing my research for him, and I said this in my video, like I'm like, okay, what do y'all do really well? What do y'all do? And it was hard to figure out. And I think that's what a lot of Georgia fans are missing is for some reason Georgia fans just think it's Georgia's defense versus Michigan's offense. My brother. Bulldog Nation. Your offense got to go against our defense too. And we ain't no scrubs. For some reason, they think their offense don't got to go against our defense. And that's their mistake right there. They think that their offense, their defense, their run defense is just going to win the game. Y'all offense got to go against our defense, our Heisman candidate on defense, our 2 D ends, the best 2 D ends in the country. Y'all got to go against that with 20-some sacks, with 9, 10 strip sacks. Y'all got to go against that. I don't know why they just think that their offense doesn't have to go against ours like they got a prolific offense or something. Y'all offense ain't about nothing. I don't know why they think that their offense is just something great. Y'all offense don't impress nobody. And y'all showed it last week, 2 weeks ago. Y'all showed y'all offense wasn't all that. We looking at the Bama-Georgia game. It's looking like Bama got the legendary defense, not y'all. I don't know what they thinking. Ross Hickson says, how long you been live? I didn't get a notification. You got to hit the notification bell, bro. I've been on live for about an hour and a half, bro. Joseph M. says, Stetson is not trustworthy at QB. I'm shocked at Kirby Smart's track record of choosing his starting QB. This is a winnable game for Michigan if they stop the run and force Stetson to throw. Exactly, bro. You said it. I couldn't have said it better myself, bro. That's the thing. They got to deal with our defense. And what do we want to do? The same thing we want to do with everybody. Stop the run and force y'all to pass the ball. And you pass the ball, that's what we want to do. Good. That's what we want you to do. Get them, Aiden. Get them, Ojabo. Sick them. That's what we want you to do. Sick them. We got the dogs over here. On defense, we got them dogs too. Stinky farts all night. Appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. He says you're way cooler than Steve Deese's corny. You know what? I ain't gonna corny butt. I'll try not to cuss in the chat and on these videos. Yeah, bro. I try to keep it real. I'm just a dude next door or something that you don't that knows about sports, and you would sit out and talk and have a beer with, or smoke a beezy with, or whatever. That's all I am, bro. Rashad Walker says, Johnny, SEC fans think nobody north of Mason Dixon has any talent, and that's part of their problem. They think Michigan is still Michigan, where we just run the ball, we don't pass it. It's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's what they think. They don't notice Corum running, putting the deuces up, going 60 and 70 yards. They don't notice that. They don't notice Donovan Edwards throwing a pass for 50 yards in the air. They don't notice him catching passes, making dudes miss, him taking it 50 and 60 yards. They don't notice the flea flickers. They don't notice the A.J. Hennings flying around the corner. They don't notice Roman Wilson beating dudes deep. They don't notice all this stuff. They think it's all. He's doing that against Big Ten teams. He can't do that against a SEC defense. They're not that fast. You're gonna know they're gonna learn that we got fast dudes on offense. They're gonna learn that. Malachi says that's what I'm doing right now, Johnny. Yeah, they don't understand that we got speed. That's the difference between this Michigan team. All those years we were complaining about Gaddis and the speed and space and things like that. And as we were complaining, we were slowly building up speed in the recruiting classes. We were slowly building it up. So now we got speed. Now we have the speed. Now we're getting the rewards of all those years we were complaining, and they were slowly just building up depth with speed, depth at wide receiver, depth at running back. So now we have all that speed and all that talent with Corum, Edwards, even Hassan Haskins. You make a mistake, he can take it 40, 50 yards and beat you up along the way. Let's Toast Media. He says, I'm crying. Well, salute to you, my G. I curse on my show. Bro, I try not to curse because I get a lot of older I got a lot of older fans, and they don't be wanting to hear that stuff, bro. And so, and then my sisters, they show my show to my mom and stuff like that. And I don't, so I just try to keep it clean because YouTube is strange. They'll take you down and demonetize you and stuff like that. So I was always worried about that. So I just try to keep it clean. But I'm thinking about starting a Patreon, and I'm gonna keep it gutter on there. I'm thinking about starting a Patreon, and it's gonna be no holds barred. So I see. Yeah, I appreciate it. Let's Toast Media. Yeah, but I'm gonna get ready to end this one. But yeah, we got all that speed. We got all that speed, and it takes time to build up that speed. But now we got it, and I don't think the Georgia fans understand that. I don't think they understand that CJ is fast. Cornelius Johnson is fast. Roman Wilson is fast. AJ Henning is fast. Mike Sanderson is fast and quick. Antrell Anthony can take it 90, as we saw. They don't understand we got all that speed. They're going to find out. Corum is fast. Donovan Edwards is fast. J.J. McCarthy gets in. He can do something with his speed. They're going to learn that Michigan has, regardless of how the game goes, they're going to learn that we got speed. They're going to learn that. D. Brown says, my barber actually had the nerve to say that Kirby Smart is better coach than Harbaugh. SEC clowns are delusional. Yeah, they are. I wouldn't say Kirby's better than Jim. Sam Stamos says, can you imagine years from now when asked where were you at the day that when Michigan beat OSU on November 2021? And Steve Dees would have to say he was watching a movie in the theater. Yeah. I ain't even gonna get on him, bro. But exactly, bro. Just watch the team. Like, just watch. I get it. But my thing is, when I get to the point to where I'm not watching them, that's when I just stop being a fan. I grew up in Michigan. I rooted for the Lions somewhat, but then it was like, all right, I'm not rooting for the Lions no more because they never win. I've never seen the Lions win anything. So I don't root for them. That's just what it is. And so you call it what you want. I don't root for them because I just don't have any belief in them. When you get to that point, you just stop rooting for them. Don't try to jump on, jump in, jump out. You at the theater talking about I didn't get on social media. I didn't see anything. Man, you done seen we won that game and you done hurried up home. You done scurried home. He done see we done won that game. That boy done scurried home. I gotta see what happened. I watched it in real time and I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, right, bro. You see we won that game. You hurried up and got home. We're back. I'm trying to give you that fake stuff. that boy done seen it. What? Oh, come on. Dad, Ghostbusters isn't even over. I know. Come on. Yeah, I know. Come on. We got to go. We back. Go Blue. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. He's splashing himself with the Kool-Aid now. Get out of here. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, so somebody trying to act like he didn't know what was going on, man. Come on. Ooh. Ooh, man, y'all got me rolling. Y'all got me rolling on Steve, man. Ooh. I'm gonna have to end on that one, y'all. Y'all done got me rolling on Steve, man. So I'm gonna end this one, y'all. I'm gonna try to do 2 cents unless I come up with some. Mention something that y'all want me to talk about, and I'll make a video about it since we got all this time. But I'm gonna try to go live probably once through the week, and then on Sunday I'm gonna try to go live again. So, it is what it is, y'all. Just let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do one through the weekdays, and then I'm gonna do one on Sunday for sure. Sometime Sunday. I'm gonna probably post like Sunday morning what time I'm gonna go live, so y'all would know and you won't miss it. But through the week, I don't know. It might just be out of nowhere because my work schedule. But I'm gonna try to give y'all notice on when I'm going live. So just check in. So I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate the super chats, y'all. And like, share, subscribe. And as always, go Blue, y'all. Have a good night, man. Oh, yeah. $2 super chat. Quorum Heisman Watch 2022. Go Blue. Good night. Appreciate it. Stinky Farts all night. That's a horrible name that I have to say, but I appreciate it. All right, y'all. As always, go Blue.